Did you know that over 80% of people have had a dream so intense they woke up with their heart racing? Maybe you felt the cold wind of a free fall, run from something you could never quite see, or woken up with the strange sensation that all your teeth were gone. These images don't show up by accident. They are secret codes from your mind, messages from your subconscious, trying to warn you about something you might not even notice when you're awake. Today, we're going to decode 5 of the most common and most revealing dreams. We'll dive into neuroscience, symbolic psychology, and even real-life stories to uncover what each of them is trying to tell you about yourself. Get ready. Some of these meanings might completely change the way you see yourself. Before we start, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with that one friend who's always saying, "I had such a weird dream last night." 1. Falling from great heights, the invisible collapse of self-confidence. This is one of the most disturbing and, strangely, one of the most common dreams. Picture this. You're standing on top of a tall building or the peak of a mountain. The wind is howling, the horizon stretches endlessly, and suddenly the ground disappears beneath you. You plummet toward the void. The impact gets closer and closer, but before it happens, you wake up, heart pounding. What neuroscience says? According to Harvard neuroscientist Robert Stickgold, falling dreams are linked to micro-awakenings during REM sleep. In those moments, your body releases a surge of cortisol, the stress hormone, often triggered by tension built up during the day. Psychological meaning. In universal symbolism, falling represents loss of stability. It can point to crumbling beliefs, fear of not living up to expectations, or the sense that the ground has vanished from under you in some area of life. Carl Jung might see it as a forced dive into the unconscious, an invitation to face insecurities hidden by a false sense of control. Real story. Marina, 34, started having falling dreams after getting an unexpected promotion. She felt unprepared for the role and feared being found out as incapable. By building her skills and seeking regular feedback, the dreams faded. Practical tip. If this dream repeats, write down where you're falling from. This can reveal whether your insecurity is about status, power, or self-confidence. List 3 unstable areas in your life and define one action for each to strengthen your foundation. Transition. But sometimes it's not the emptiness that scares us in dreams. Sometimes it's something or someone chasing us. And no matter how hard we try, we can't get away. 2. Being chased, when fear runs faster than you. You're running. Your legs feel heavy. The ground doesn't seem to move beneath you. Behind you, footsteps, getting louder, closer. The panic builds, but somehow you can't look back until you wake up, breathless. Jung's perspective. Chasing dreams often represent the shadow, parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore or reject. The pursuer could symbolize an unspoken fear, an avoided responsibility, or even a side of your personality you don't want to face. Science backs it up. A 2018 study from the University of Turin found that chase dreams activate brain regions tied to our innate defense system, like the amygdala and ventromedial prefrontal cortex. This means your brain is rehearsing responses to threats, even while you sleep. Real story. Daniel, 42, dreamt every week of being chased by a masked man. In therapy, he realized the pursuer represented his own self-criticism. He was working 14-hour days and felt guilty for any rest. When he slowed his pace, the dream changed. The pursuer stopped running and began walking. Practical tip. When you wake from this dream, note who's chasing you, the setting, and how it ends. These details can reveal whether the threat is external or an internal conflict. Before bed, try imagining that you stop running and face the pursuer. A visualization technique that can transform the dream. Transition. And what if, instead of being chased, your own body began to fall apart? The next dream is one of the most unsettling. and for some, the most embarrassing. 3. Losing your teeth. The collapse of self-image. You feel something strange in your mouth. You run your tongue over a tooth. It's loose. You pull it, and it falls out. Suddenly, one by one, they all crumble away until there's nothing left. You wake up, instantly reaching for your face. Universal symbol. Teeth represent strength, vitality, and the ability to express yourself. Losing them in a dream can signal fear of losing personal power, insecurity about appearance, or feeling unable to bite into a challenge. Research connection. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine found that tooth loss dreams are linked to high stress levels, especially in people going through identity changes like job transitions, divorce, or moving to a new city. Real story. Sylvia, 29, dreamed her teeth shattered during work meetings. She realized she feared her ideas would be ridiculed in her new job. As she built confidence in presentations, the dream stopped. Practical tip. Note who's present in your dream when your teeth fall out. Often, they represent judgment or authority. Write down 3 recent moments when you felt you lost power and decide one action to take it back. Transition. But what about when it's not your appearance that's at stake, but your ability to act at all? The next dream is suffocating, and it can happen even with your eyes wide open. 4. Being trapped or paralyzed. The prison of unmade. Decisions. You try to run, but your legs won't move. You try to scream, but no sound comes out. Time feels frozen around you. Symbolic meaning. Being trapped or paralyzed in a dream often reflects unresolved inner conflicts, ethical dilemmas, fear of loss, or feeling powerless under external pressure. Jung might call it archetypal stagnation, a state where the unconscious keeps you still until you integrate a part of yourself you've been denying. Physical explanation. It can be linked to sleep paralysis, a state where your brain wakes before your body, leaving muscles temporarily frozen. Real story. Rogerio, 38, dreamed of being stuck in an elevator that never reached the right floor. He realized he was in a professional limbo, wanting to switch careers, but fearing financial instability. By planning a gradual transition, the dream stopped. Practical tip. List 3 decisions you've been postponing and ask yourself, what's the cost of doing nothing? Choose one small step you can take in the next 24 hours to break the cycle. Transition, and finally, perhaps the most haunting of all, the dream that blends fear, lack of air, and the sense that there's no way out. 5. Dreaming of drowning, the silent, emotional suffocation. The water rises quickly. You try to swim, but each movement feels heavier. Your chest tightens, the air disappears, and just before you go under, you wake up gasping. Symbolism. Drowning often represents emotional overload. In Jungian psychology, water symbolizes the unconscious. Drowning means being swallowed by unprocessed emotions. Scientific link. A 2015 study from the University of Turin found that people with mild sleep apnea reported more dreams involving suffocation or submersion. Real story. Luciana, 41, began dreaming of drowning after taking on full-time care of a sick relative. When she sought support and shared responsibilities, the dreams became less frequent. Practical tip. Write down 3 situations that make you feel emotionally suffocated, and plan one action to ease each one. Try deep breathing exercises before bed to help your brain associate oxygenation with safety. The hidden pattern. Psychological alarm bells. When you put all these dreams side by side, something becomes clear. They work like emotional sensors, anticipating threats and signaling that something inside you needs attention. Falling, instability, being chased, avoiding conflict, losing teeth, threat to self-image paralysis, stuck in indecision. Drowning, emotional overload. These dreams aren't enemies, they're coded messages. Write them down, examine them, and face what they reveal. And now I want to know, which of these dreams have you had? Share your story in the comments. It might help someone else better understand themselves. If this video resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more deep interpretations like this. And remember, every night, your unconscious writes you a letter. It's up to you to decide if you're going to read it.